Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I am starting back up with this Minecraft Forever world, and there has been some changes, as y'all can see right off the bat. I did go ahead and update the skin that I'm using so that it's more current. That old skin that I was using was one that I made like years ago and just never got around to updating. So I went ahead and updated it so it shows that I now have my locks and, isn't so much of an eyesore to me, at least. But I'm not going to chat for too long. I do have an agenda that I want to get done. So to start off, I want to go visit that village that's behind, like y'all can see in the window there. And I also want to go ahead and build a storage area today because all of these barrels are starting to get full. And I even put in some chests in the back because I was starting to run out of even more space. And I even have all of these up here filled. Now I could use the attic to store stuff, but like I mentioned in the last video, I don't like having to climb 3 stories just to get my stuff, so that's not gonna happen. And then what you'll also notice has changed is my GUI. I downloaded a resource pack, and then also if you notice in the top left corner, I'm on day 72 right now, and that's because I decided to go ahead and update or start planning out. You can't really see because of the shader pack, but start terraforming. So I started to flatten out some of the areas of land, figure out where I want some staircases to be as I continue on in this world. Got a staircase to the mine as well. And I also have some areas planned out for where I want to build the barn and the farm area, and then also where I'm going to end up building my storage shed. So I did go resource gathering. So I went to the mines, did a lot of mining, and just cut out some of the boring stuff that I know most people do not want to see. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to sleep, and then we're going to head over to the village. I can take a few of the emeralds just in case I see some trades that I want. I also didn't. I think I'm going to go get some of my first diamonds today because I did find some while I was mining. But as y'all can see, these are the resources we're working with. Got a little bit more iron because I was sick of the idea of having to go back to copper tools. So I decided to just go on and get that out the way. Now, as we can see, the village is over there. And I had to go all the way down this mountain just to get to it, climb up another mountain just to explore it. So I can definitely let y'all know I'm building a bridge in the future. But for now, we got to do this the hard way. We're finally here. What am I? Where's the skeleton? I hear the rattling. But anyways, finally here at the village. And I should have brought my hoe. I really should have. But thankfully, I crafted this bundle so I can carry the essentials with me. Alright. So I am going to rob them blind. Alright, so emeralds, a bundle, so I didn't even have to make that. Good to know. Taking everything they got. I'll keep that open just so. What the? Oh, no. Why are they here? I won't start a raid if I kill them, right? I hope I don't. I think they changed that. But why are they in the village? Why are y'all here, bro? Oh, dang. They been hurt. Oh, dang. Why were they one hit? Oh, I stopped my crit in its tracks. Oh, dang. Dang. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright. That was my first time dealing with pillagers? Oh my god. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm trying to rob them. No. I think, okay, so I've been doing a lot of thinking as I have been working in this world, terraforming and stuff, making plans for what I want to build in this world. And I think this village is definitely going to be a project that I work on just because it's so close to my actual house that I built. And like as far as lore building, like I'm thinking this area, nation of Neapolitan Nation, I don't know, Neopolis, whatever I'm gonna call it. It is gathering resources and trading with these other areas that are around it. So on that island where my house is built, I have pale oak, I have dark oak, and then near the base I have birch, and then over here we got spruce and oak. So I'm thinking, like, you know, we have this village that the nation of Neapolitan or Neopolis, whatever, I can't settle on one. We have this village that they trade with and they're in communication with, and that's why I'm gonna have like a big bridge that's connecting the two. And then eventually I want to do like a village overhaul where I rework this village and make it a lot more aesthetic, a lot more pleasing to look at, and we can kind of build and craft some lore about what they do, what they trade from here to there. And then I'm also thinking that this is going to be the area that I hold all my villager trading stuff, just to make it a little bit easier on myself as far as transporting villagers, because trying to get these villagers from here up there, yeah, no, that just sounds like a headache. So I'm just gonna be traveling from my island over there to the villagers. I guess that's what they're trading. Like, I'm just here to trade with them. So since they trade with that nation that's across the way, that would make more reason for me to travel. And like I was kind of mentioning in the last episode, I want to have reasons to travel places in my world. The wheat. And I did go ahead and download a resource pack that kind of changes how the crops look, and I really am enjoying it. But it's cool to have stuff in Minecraft that's not completely changing the vanilla experience, but it's just enhancing it. That's why I really like those Vanilla Plus mods, because it doesn't do anything that's gonna completely alter the game and make it unrecognizable, but it does refresh it. Like, for people who've been playing Minecraft for years and years, it's nice to have something new to enjoy without taking it all the way to a modded version. And don't get me wrong, modded Minecraft, that's a blast. Like, I love modded Minecraft. It's fun, but sometimes you just want a nice vanilla experience that's a little bit enhanced, you know. I'm just yapping. Oh my gosh, I love how my house is looking on that hill over there. Like, oh my goodness. Like, and just imagine, like, once I have all of these buildings built out, like, and then I'm adding the storage shed over there, it's gonna look so good. But I'm going to raid this last field and I'll be on my way. I'll come back to y'all once I'm at the crib and I have all the materials ready for the build. Alright, so I have all the materials that I'm gonna need to actually start this build. As far as the roofing materials, I did not grab those just yet, but I do still have some deep slate from the last time I started. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and start this build. And what I've started doing as of recently is trying to make sure my walls are not on the same level as the pillars that I'm using to build whatever structure I'm doing. I just feel like it looks a little bit better. It adds a little bit more depth instead of having just a flat wall. And, you know, I'm not the best builder out there, but I did learn a thing or two from build school, so. So we have the entire frame in, which is good. Nice, nice. And now it's time to do, I guess I could do the flooring technically. Nice. Got the flooring in, and now it's time to move on to the walls, which is why I have all of these stones in my inventory. So doing these walls like this, it was a little bit difficult just to kind of figure out how I wanted to randomize it, but hey, I'll figure it out. I guess this is gonna take me quite some time. I have textured this entire bottom wall now. And now that that's all textured, I can move on to the second floor, where I am keeping it more simple and using just pale oak for the walls. And I know I'm gonna need more than that, but hey. Now we have the floor in, I can start on the walls, and thank goodness I have at least one torch, so it's not entirely dark. And I'll add in all the windows and stuff after. Right. That could have been bad. Ooh, that could have been bad. I was just letting it happen because literally what could I have done if I had fallen all the way? I wasn't going to panic. I'm just like, hey, if I die, it is what it is. Speaking of death, y'all may notice that my levels are lower than when y'all last saw me as well. And that is because I did end up dying off camera. I ended up going down into the mines and I fell on some dripstone. So the audio in this clip was so terrible that I had to do a voiceover of it. But this is a clip of the moment after I died and got all my stuff back. So what had happened was I went to the caves to try to get some resources in between episodes. And then I encountered this mob. We got into it. Next thing you know, I'm falling on dripstone and I die and lose 30 levels. This moment definitely got me out of character and I'm glad y'all couldn't hear it. All right, so I have the shell of the house completely finished. I'm gonna go into free cam so we can see it all. So this is without any of the exterior details complete. Oh, I forgot these two windows. I'll bust those out. I'm gonna add all the exterior details, kind of like how I have on my actual house, and then I'll come back to y'all once it's time to do the actual interior. All right, so the house exterior is completely done. I have all of the bottom floor. I ended up going in and replacing the bottom corners of not only the storage room but my house with composters. And I really like how that looks. Everything is done here. And I really like the symmetrical look of things, as y'all can see. And I went in again with the shelf detail, which, I mean, it's a lot of wood, but I like it. I really enjoy it. And then when it comes to the interior, it's completely empty. So I'm about to fill this room with chests, make sure I have all of the workstations, everything that I want inside, and then I will come back to show y'all the officially complete storage room. So we have officially completed this storage room, and I'm going to show y'all a tour of the inside. It's not really much of anything outside of chests. But once I get enough leather, get the cow farm started, I'm going to have item frames on all of these so we can know exactly what's in them. And we also have the second floor. I really like how this room came out. And I never really have storage rooms in any of the worlds I've created so far. So already this is something new for me. But what I did for this floor is this is where all my different wood stone variants are going to be. So I have all of my dark oak logs, then the planks, then it'll be any of the crafted blocks, and then the actual saplings. I did that for every wood type that I have so far. Oh, I don't have any oak. Dang. I ran through all my oak making all of these chests because I was like, I don't use oak that much, but I didn't realize how much cherry oak I had. I keep calling it cherry oak. It's just cherry logs. And then over here, like I mentioned, different stone variants, whatnot. I'm not going to take y'all through all the chests because that is just, you know, boring. But not all of these chests are filled, but most of them do have at least some level of organization to it. And I moved everything from this house into that storage room, at least most of the stuff. So I'm going to go ahead, go to sleep, and then we can get started on the next build for today, which is going to be the bridge. So I do want a bridge that connects from this side of the island to that side of the island, because having to walk down that way and then come up over here, that's a little bit of a hassle. So let me get the materials for that, and we're gonna get started. I did also go ahead and download a replay mod. So, well, it's not a replay mod, it's called the motion capture mod. So that is going to be interesting to check out and see how everything comes out. I have an idea of where I want to place it as well. So I'm thinking I place it on the same level as my mine. And I quickly just added this staircase because I was tired of hopping up the blocks, and I decided to also make it Neapolitan theme. So that is going to be continuing through every area of my world, at least this island. Okay, so the mine comes out from here, and I think I make the bridge just as wide as the mine. So I would come from here and then start it, I guess, on this level and make it go across to that area. So I'm going to start on that. You guys will see a replay version of this, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Hey there, y'all. It's VoiceOver Moon coming to y'all to explain the process of how I got this bridge built and how you're seeing this video of the building. So with the motion capture mod that I installed, I didn't know you had to have commands allowed in order to use it. And this world that I started, it does not have commands allowed. So what I had to do was I had to open my world to land, allow commands that way, and that's how I was able to get this recording started. Now with this motion capture mod, it's weird. I don't know if this is how all of them work because this is my first time using something like this, but instead of having like a file that's recorded that you can just like insert into a video, it actually plays the recorded video in your world. So it was playing it as I was in survival, but I needed to record it. So I had to get a proper angle. So what I ended up doing was I put myself in spectator mode and recorded the recording. So that's why you see mobs are not bothering me at all, because the version you see running across the screen is the playback. It's not actually me. The actual me is in spectator mode floating. So if you guys know a workaround or how to fix this so I don't have to do all this work, please let me know. But we're going to go ahead and jump back into the actual real time so y'all can see the bridge finished. All right, and just so you guys understand what I'm talking about, I'm going to go through the process here. As we can see, difficulty hard. I'm going to try to do the motion capture commands, and as we can see, it's not working. Like, the command does not work. So what I ended up doing was opening it to land. Now you can see the motion capture is actually working. Oh my God, doing the motion capture unstripped all the work I did, bruh. When I was doing the recording, all of this was stripped. Oh my God, that's one downside I just noticed. I was wondering, I'm like, I stopped the recording, so why isn't it stripped? Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay. So now that all of that is stripped, yet again, I'm kind of scared to do this recording playback because I swear if it unstrips my junk, I'm going to be so heated. But anyway, like I was trying to say earlier, I'm going to do mocap playing start. And then this is the recording name that I gave to when I was building the bridge. So you'll see. Everything disappears, and I'm still real time. This was me back when I was actually building the bridge. Let me stop it now. Stop. Hold on. Are you joking? Okay, you guys. So, didn't realize that this was how that worked. So, I'm gonna. Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. So it literally destroys the entire thing that was built, so it can be rebuilt. Oh my God. So, yeah, you guys. I'm going to have to do all of that over again. Oh, my God. Well, you see, this is... If anybody has any suggestions on any other software, please let me know. Because I was completely unaware. This sucks. Like, honestly, this freaking sucks. It was just done. Oh my God. I'll calm down. Okay. I'll see y'all later. So anyways, while that is going down, what I decided to do is go ahead and continue to mine while I wait. And this is also the first time you guys are getting to see like the strip mine, all the progress that I made. I went down here to get to deep slate and diamond level. And I found this diamond, but I didn't want to mine it until I had y'all on camera with me. So dang, I was hoping it was more than one. Anyways, so I'm knowing to be very careful with dripstone now. I don't want a repeat of what happened. I think it's over here. Yeah. Okay. So this is where I found another diamond. Also, just one. And then there was another diamond somewhere else. Oh, I almost jumped right on it. Okay. So a total of 4 diamonds. So that is enough to get my diamond pickaxe. And that's it. I typically like to get enough for the diamond pickaxe and then also an enchantment table. Ooh, I can go down there to get the obsidian. That's what I was thinking about getting. So I'm going to go ahead and make my first diamond pickaxe. Amazing. All right. It is day 89. So, oh. I thought I was in a water stream. If there was no water there, y'all, that would have been terrible for me. But please, please. Okay. So, normally I would have gotten all of the diamonds that I would ever need, but like I said, I'm playing this a little bit slower than usual. So I'm gonna go ahead and mine up this obsidian so I can get the stuff to make a nether portal, because I think, if not next episode, then the episode after that, I'm going to make a plan to go to the nether. So I want to go ahead and make sure I have my obsidian ready so that there's no long gathering. All I have to do is just make the portal and we'll be good. So I'm going to gather up this obsidian, and hopefully by the time I finish gathering all this obsidian, the replay will be done so I can go restrip all those logs I just stripped. So see you guys in a minute. Okay, I think the old version of me is finishing up now. Is she done? Oh, yep. All right, so the bridge is finished. I went ahead and mined up a decent amount of obsidian, and I was thinking about it as I was mining that obsidian. I'm so glad that I found 4 diamonds, because had I only found 3, I wouldn't have been able to keep my very first diamond. So, you know, everything happens for a reason. So let me go here. All right. Nice. So now I can go ahead and add this to the closet. And boom. And I did the same thing. Like, I named everything. So this is my first gold ingot. I did the same for the pickaxes, everything. So everything in here was named, so it could never get confused, even if I just have it in my inventory. And yeah, so that was actually amazing that that happened. And I could go ahead and just name the pickaxe now, so I don't have to do that in the future. But yeah, this was just supposed to be a little short demonstration of how the motion capture works and the things that I had to do to get it to work. But that ended up being a longer detour than it should have been. So now what I'm going to have to do is go ahead and restrip all of those logs I stripped in the beginning. And just to make sure everything is stopped. Alright, so that's good. I'm going to quickly log out, log back in so that the commands are turned off, strip all the logs, and I'll come back. I think the last thing I'm going to try doing before I end this episode is getting an idea of what kind of path I want. So I know that there's not going to be really anything in this central area because I don't want to block this path from the bridge either to the mine or upwards. So I think this will be a good area to test it out on. So I'm thinking it'll be a mix of path blocks. I'm not sure how I want it so far, but I'm just gonna try some stuff and see what sticks. It seems a little bit too symmetrical, and I don't know how to fix that necessarily. And I don't want it to be too much, but also I don't want it to be too little. So maybe, let's see if I just put gravel in all of these spots. We'll see how it looks. And if I don't like it, hey, that's okay. It just looks too organized. Like, it's a pattern without it being a pattern. I don't know. Can y'all see what I'm seeing? Like, I don't know how to unorganize it. How do I make this not organized? Okay. So maybe something like this. How are we liking that? It just looks a little too, I don't know, you guys. Just doing stuff, honestly. I think I like that. Yeah, I think I do like having the path of flowers coming along. Now, as far as how the path is looking, I'm not too sure about that. Like, it feels a little too rustic. Yeah, I'm gonna erase this and start over. I figured it out. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. We have a theme and we are going to run with it. Yes, it's going to be very resource heavy, but who cares? Who cares? This is exactly what I'm gonna do. And so now let's see, do I like this? I like it way more than what I had. So I think I think that's a plus. As long as I like it more than the last idea, it works. And it allows the staircase to continue, and it keeps you really focused on the theme. And it's also like not so rural. It looks more fitting for the village that it is. Like, this is a fancier village. The slums are going to be more, I don't want to consider it the slums, but the slums are going to be more near the areas at the base of the mountain that are birch. But this is the higher class people that are living here. So they deserve a little bit of a nicer path and walkway. And then along the walkways, I can have little areas where I continue like a lantern design, which I'll probably come up with later or do in between episodes because it's not anything that's too necessary. So then coming from here is where it kind of is going to be a little bit more difficult to manage. I'm pretty sure I figured it out as best as I could. I'm going to start with this side. I'm mostly done. I just need more of the cherry blossom flowers, but I decided that I was going to go ahead and continue this theme all the way through. And it's easy when it's a straight path, like it's just branching off in one direction. But once I got over here, this is where it became difficult. So it's like I have it branching off in multiple directions, and it's not like just a straight path. So it'll be one thing if my staircase was moved over just a little bit and it came down from here. But since my staircase doesn't smoothly come down in the same direction, it's an awkward kind of area here. And push come to shove, I will just go ahead and move my staircase over a few blocks just to make it a little bit, you know, more cohesive. But I don't know, maybe I can ignore it. And then y'all also saw it down here, which works out perfectly with how straight this path is. But I didn't want to just stick to completely straight and blocky paths. I wanted it to be slightly natural and curve at certain points too. So that's where we see this area here. And then with these gaps that I have, I can make like little garden areas, or even fill it up with like slight farmland just to fill in the space that I have available to me. And not really sure what I'm going to put in this area here, but overall, I'm liking what we have. We have the basis for what our little Neopolis is going to become. All right, but that is going to be it for our video today. So we did get a lot accomplished. We got our first diamonds. We built our storage building. We got our bridge together so we can get all the way over to the other side. And next episode, I think I am going to go ahead and try to build up my farm area, because surviving off bread alone is definitely not going to cut it for very long. So I need to get my farm started so that I can then get my enchantment started. And then we can go ahead and head into the nether. But in between episodes, I'm probably going to mine a little bit more, get a little bit more iron, get a little bit more diamonds. And when we come back, it will likely be past day 100. So yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tune back in, like the video if you liked it. I got that from Toy Cat. And subscribe if you also want to come back and see more. I'm going to be continuing this world, like I said, forever, as the name suggests. So you can tune in starting now, get in early, or you can get in later. Either is okay. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy. Bye.